Hey guys, chatting with Chris. Had a conversation with a peer from a different institution here in Illinois and called last week, same schedule as us, so they were on finals and said, hey, I got this request for withdrawals from classes this late, not feeling comfortable with it, what should I do? I'm like, why would we withdraw students in the last week of finals? So, well, what's the story? Well, they were failing their classes and they don't want to hurt their GPA. I'm like, well, see, that's even more reason. We have to protect academic rigor, right? Like, we have to say, no, absolutely not. And then we started talking a little more and got more into the story. And it turns out this was a pre-nursing student, a returning adult student. And I don't know the full story. I only know part of the story. And the story was the student got in trouble academically, got behind, got buried, didn't know what to do, and is panicking now because their entire career path is thrown off. So in nursing, your grade point average is often an indicator into whether you get accepted in the program or not. It works that way here as well. So grades are really important to pre-nursing students if you don't teach in those areas. If you teach in those areas, I'm sure you know that already. Anyhow, I've been kicking myself in the butt ever since that conversation. I started with, I have to protect academic rigor. I have to protect academic rigor. What I wish I had done is said, all right, you're right. Yeah, the students screwed up academically. We'll figure that out, but let's stop. What's going on with that student? What's going on in their life? Do we understand how important, how high risk this choice is to a student? How do we ensure that we provide that student with the support and the comfort and the skills and the knowledge, right? Do they know that most colleges have some sort of grade repeat policy or something? Have we talked about the different options to get that student on track? Have we talked about what got them behind, what we as an institution can do to assist that student in that, how we can help to de-escalate that high stakes? And I think that's, as I grow as an educator, I think that's really this change on student-centeredness. Instead of standing behind my rule or a principle, which I'm not going to throw that out. Very little chance I would give a W in the week of finals. There would have to be an extraordinary case. But the way in which I would approach that has changed drastically. I want to treat students, really, it's the golden rule, the way I would want to be treated, right? Hey, what's going on? How can we help? Here are alternatives, right? I joke often that I tell students no all the time, but I tell them no in the nicest way possible. And that made a change for me when I was teaching. Instead of saying, nope, it's too late, you're going to fail, I would start with things like, I am so sorry that unfortunately there's just no way you can get the points to earn this class, but here are your options. And always give them options, right? The options are, in that case, it could be a grade repeat, or hey, you can stay in the class and learn as much as possible so when you have to retake this later, the content is new. Or it's, but we've got free tutoring here at the college. Whatever it is, I think it's the way we approach people is, I don't know. So I'm rambling. I'm sorry. It's the week after graduation. I've gone over my 2-minute time limit. I can see the timer says I'm at 3 minutes. So I'm sorry, but that's what I've been thinking about. And I felt guilty with my response. And I'm hoping I learn from it. And I'm hoping that we all can take that approach with students and say, what does that student need? And how do we balance these competing ideas and values? Rigor in and of itself is not enough, right? If we can't have compassion in this world and understanding, especially working with the student population that we do, we're failing them. Yeah, so I failed my friend in this case who I advised, and so I've actually called them back and said, hey, I'm thinking about this. But I want my gut reaction to be, how do we help that student first? And then we'll figure out the rest, because the rest will all get figured out. So thank you much.